So after a magical session, it's time to shift our focus to one of the sectors which has seen the trajectory involving the boom, the bust in the last 4 years. And if we talk about the scale, before starting this panel discussion, let me give you the scale and the snapshot of this industry. So India is the second largest edutech sector, largest market for edutech sector in the world after US. Its market is around $5 billion now, and it's expected to reach almost $10 billion by 2025. Also, we have seen the story of boom bust in the last 4 years, and there cannot be more interesting time than this to discuss the edutech panel. So to discuss and to get more insights on this, let me quickly have with me Mr. Sibaram Khara, Vice Chancellor, Sharda University. I have with me Mr. Tarun Saini. I beg your pardon. I have with me Mr. Venkatesh Madurai Subramanian, founder. And I have with me Mr. Manoj Jain, CEO, Ishika Digitech. So let me come to you, Mr. We know in the last 4 years the kind of trajectory that edutech sector had, starting from the boom phase during the pandemic. Then in 2023, we saw that some sort of a bust in the sector happening. Obviously, there are certain opportunities lying ahead that we need to tap. Give me a sense in which direction this edutech sector is heading.
Yeah, thank you very much. See, the digital practice, the EdTech company really boomed in during the pandemic because we are forced to adopt the digital techniques to run our academics. Of course, before that, the usage of the digital techniques in the teaching learning process was not much, except some of the EdTech courses and some of the LMS system. And after that, the trend actually changed, because from there you have, that in India specifically, national education policy came up, and then the target of GER has been given. In higher education, 50% enrollment will be there, the GER gross enrollment ratio. So to fill those targets, as you know, the government has taken initiative that online education. So this is the new concept came, and that is strengthened. And now all these universities, those who are deserving this eligibility, they are launching the online educations. This is one part. And of course, since after pandemic also, we adopted some of the techniques, and now the technology-enabled teaching learning process. That is very, very important. And also the liberal educations, the flexibility to earn the credits for the students. So 40% credits can be earned. Earlier these regulations were not there. So with advent of this particular flexibility, so all university students are now has the liberty to choose the courses. And this online and then your advanced teaching learning, that is LMS, that is very, very important, because a university need to manage such versatility and the students, and then online and blended mode, all those things. The technology is very, very important. So any education institutes nowadays, if they keep pace with the adoption of the proper technology, and they will really take the lead in these aspects. And overall, as you have told that some boom was there, but that is the peak of the COVID. That's why issues are huge. And but I am seeing it that without technology, the EdTech technology, in future it will not be possible to implement the education at least in effective way and way you are expecting. So EdTech technology will be there, and more AI embedded features used to induct, and it will come, and they will really facilitate the students, the teachers, the managing the learning management systems, and then designing the curriculum, and on top of that, the mentoring and very personalized care of the students. Otherwise, it is very difficult to take very personalized care and measurement and mentoring and guidance, and without huge data and proper analysis through the AI, and then giving suggestive measures, and that will help actually. So that's why AI enabled and advanced technology, both the hardware, because we need to make some smart classes for the blended learning and others, as well as software, both will actually boom up again.
Right. So, Venkatesh, coming to you, as we have seen, considering the trajectory of edutech sector, people are saying that experts are saying the story is over, right? And the kind of incidents, massive layoff, and the downside things that we have seen. What are the opportunities that are lying ahead for the sector? Because there is a lot of negative sentiment floating around the sector now. So just clear the fog around it and just explain what are the opportunities lying ahead for the edutech sector, especially in India.
I think the opportunities are there for people who seek them. There are success and failures everywhere. And what I always try to do, even myself personally, is if there is a failure, I need to fail fast. It's okay to fail. It's perfectly okay. I've had one startup failure during COVID. It's perfectly okay. Now, when it comes to the failure that you're speaking about, or examples that you're hinting at, I personally believe that the focus was in the wrong place. The focus was on the traditional valuation game and perception and blah, blah, blah. But if one was to focus on the value that one can create in the society, then I think we are talking of some really serious disruptions, really serious value creation. You create value, benefits will flow. If I create value, benefits will flow in terms of visibility, in terms of revenue, in terms of society growth, whatever, benefits will flow. And I think the government has got a big role to play there. For example, what I see happening on certain AI implementations, like the AI for Kisans, for example, by the Government of India, and a couple of steps already taken by NCRT, where the entire catalog of CBs is available online in PDF. Fantastic starting points. I think the only thing that is going to limit us as a society, as startup, as entrepreneurs, is our own imagination. Right. The human intelligence has to play a factor over top of any, today it's AI, tomorrow it will be AI, automatically generated intelligence. So I think the human intelligence and the capacity to dream and to do something beyond what one sees today is what will make the difference. Can I give you a small example?
Yeah, sure, you can go.
See, in the Mahabharata, you had that famous character Ekalavya, right, who had to sacrifice his thumb because he was hiding somewhere else and listening to Dronacharya guiding the children. Today, Ekalavya wouldn't have to sacrifice his thumb. All he needs is internet access and somebody who's created a good AI machine. Right. And the reason I say that, by the way, very quickly to wrap up, is the books are there, the content is there in NCRT. What prevents the government or any organization from implementing text to speech, so that, and speech to text, so that a student in Kannada, Telugu, Bangla, Telugu, whatever, any language, he or she just speaks to a bot and that bot replies in that language back from the NCRT content. It can help students, it can help teachers, parents, everybody. So I think imagination and the willingness to contribute positively will make a big difference.
And do you think that since we are talking about the opportunities lying ahead and you highlighted AI, I just want to ask you, do you think that AI is something which is going to open the gate of opportunities in education sector and it's going to push the growth trajectory for this sector?
Absolutely. I think very soon AI is going to be as common as websites. If you have your own personal business or your own personal presence online, sooner or later, just like how many of us have websites, you'll have an AI version of yourself. It's bound to happen. But look at this. We are at a growth trajectory nationally. Visualize in a few months from now, because right now it's not in a shape that's scalable and affordable and fast enough, but visualize sometime down the line, a small trader or a student in Meerut, he or she is talking into a mobile phone in his or her language, in Hindi or a dialect, and the tutor sitting anywhere across the world in India is replying in their language, and they both seamlessly converse with each other without a delay. Visualize that. So I think it really depends on how we implement and how we really take this forward and make it affordable for the grassroots. That's where it's going to make a difference.
Right. Coming to you, Mr. Jain, since you have written a book on AI and the opportunities and the risks associated with AI, let me ask you this question. And in exclusive conversation with Republic Business, one of the leading political scientists of the world, Ian Bremmer, said that AI is moving faster than the regulations and the government, and it poses a societal risk also. And considering the tech divide in our country, what do you see? AI is also a kind of a risk factor in education sector and edutech. What do you think?
Yeah. What I will say, AI is a tool. Now, if you use with a handle with care, means if you use very sincerely, it is a good tool. But yeah, it is making a human being a lazy. People are going to AI for any help. They are not coming to the teacher, or they are not coming to the parents. Earlier, we used to ask some questions to parents, some to teachers. Now, anything you go and search in AI, you get. So there is a dangerous, yes, there is a big danger. There is a big danger, and I believe if everybody is going to only switch over to AI, because there are some errors also in AI, it can create hazardous problem. You can understand.
Can you just specify that danger, since you have highlighted the danger? Can you just pinpoint what
See,
that danger is all about?
AI is made by human only, yeah. And now whatever things are there stored, it is coming out from there. Now, they are not like intellectual like human being. So if I ask some answer, there may be some wrong answer, there may be some wrong guidance. Now, whatever I do, even if I want to go for a tour, Kashmir, I just write to ChatGPT, I want to go for 3 days tour to Kashmir, please give me an itinerary. They give. So we believe in that and we go. But we never know whether they are right or wrong. So this is one of the example. So like the student also, they go and ask anything and they believe in this. They say this is the right.
Yeah, Venkatesh, you have a point too.
Yeah, I mean, let's just look at the drones example, right? Much before the regulations were in place to shoot down a drone that's not licensed, where the government doesn't know who is running and operating that drone, it was a free-for-all. Technology is not going to wait for the governments of the world to implement standards. What we have in terms of Data Prevention and Privacy Protection Act last year is a fantastic step. Europe is miles ahead. In addition to GDPR, they already have something on responsible AI. But in India too, we have something similar already in terms of responsible AI. For example, you can no longer just use anybody's voice and video and generate something without their permission if you use any of the big platforms. Even without regulations, that governance is already in place. So I think the Indian government is acting fast. We just need to keep up that pace.
Coming to you, Mr. Khara, since you are the Vice Chancellor of Sharda University, you had an educational institute. My question to you is, how are you implementing EdTech as far as your campus is concerned? That's question number one. And the second question is, do you think that AI is going to replace the professors and the teachers in university as well?
Before that, I want to add one important point, the AI threats. Once you give the assignments to the students, there is possibility that sometimes they just open the ChatGPT version 4.0 and get the solutions of the assignment and just submit it. So it is very difficult for faculty to check. Again, they have to take help of the OpenAI to whether it is generated by the AI. Okay. You'll be surprised that in some of the poems instantly can be written using, so it's very difficult. Some of the survey-based papers instantly can be generated. So there are some of the aspects are there which I wanted to add on, and these are all little threats as far as education is concerned. As far as Sharda University is concerned, we are fully digitized because we have Sharda Tech, our own company, and they in-house develop all the education support software. So our entire administration system and entire learning management system, research, tracking, data harvesting, all those things, and laboratories, virtualizations, and all the classrooms are equipped with the smart board, and the smart board has a lot of facilities because you have, you can store, you can manage, that itself is the computer, you can share the link from there. So even we have online programs, some of the live classes they can attend, and then you record, and then content is automatically going against that lecture in the repository. So it is going to the library, so they can again access it. So the technology has a lot of advantages. And then such a big university, versatile and multidisciplinary, because we have every programs, and almost 95 country students are studying there. Their timetable preparations. So again, AI come and very instantly, without conflict of time, table, you can prepare the timetable, then exam sitting, and now we have adopted the evaluations. So evaluation, you scan it and you upload it, and faculty members can evaluate from anywhere. Then questions are mapped with the skills, not only the grade, then what skills they have acquired automatically, all those analytic results. And if you put AI on that, then if you train the machine, no software, that some of these aspects they can predict and give some review, that is also implemented. We are extending that. On top of that, we have recently established supercomputer. This is the NVIDIA GTX H100. So you will surprise that our scientists are working when bioinformatics to design one vaccine, it will take 6 months time for the simulation. But such as AI is there and high computing machine, it will take only 3 hours. So now scientists has the advantage that such a high computing and with AI, the protein combinations and all, then predicting, then again you simulate, then again you retune. So likewise, vaccine discovery will take very less time. And a similar model is there, such as you have huge medical images. So you train the machine, whether it is a brain scan or cervical or heart, then medical imaging, and then put AI and then diagnostic model. So with 90% prediction, without going to, you just upload your reports, there's a scan, and then it is giving you the reports. So those are the beauty of the AI, that way you train the machine and then you take the advantage of the machine. So that there is the beauty and positiveness. But machine can be trained and you can utilize for other use also. There is the threat.
Absolutely.
AI is going to replace professors and teachers?
Yeah. That I don't think so, because I have heard that now in the advanced version of the some AI, the emotion, because a lot of things have been developed, now they are trying to embed the emotion.
Yes.
So a man is sitting in front of me, or you are seeing the cricket match, and then way the people show their emotion and body reactions, or students are sitting in the class, how much they are attentive, or who are all audience, all those things. I think many things are going to come very soon, so that emotion management will come. But whatever may be, whether emotion something you are getting, but I do not know how much prediction human being is very dynamic and very difficult to uniformly program that their emotion will be calculated based on this data, because each human being is different. And to replacing the real faculty with AI, I don't think so it will happen. That will be mess up for current, as this is my comment. But anyway, we can take help of the AI better way to engage the students, to give better experience. Very tough and complex understanding we can simplify and give lot of demonstration and simplifications of the animations, and so in the virtualization platform, their way these things can be helpful technology. But altogether anyway, all these things to be programmed, curriculum, and the lesson plan is to be designed by the faculty members. If you want that this machine is to design that, and then it can replace, then every rule will be taken by the replace, but that is a very, I do not know, hypothetical thinking. Yeah, years to come will tell where we are going, but I don't think it will happen.
Yeah, obviously for that we will have to wait and watch. And since we have paucity of time, so I will just take a concluding remarks from each one of you. Starting with you, Mr. Jain. How do you see, because we have seen the trajectory in the last 4 years, what more needs to be done in the edutech sector to again stride it back on the path of growth, right? That's part one. And the one word that comes to your mind when you think about the edutech sector going forward.
See, I think it is EdTech is growing very fast. We can understand after the COVID, after the pandemic, it is going very rapidly, growing very fast. And earlier it was only in the metro cities. Now you can see in tier 2 and tier 2, 3 cities also. Just because of the connectivity, the accessibility, and affordability. Because it is very affordable. A student from the remote area can afford, can reach to the best faculty, best education facility over the anywhere across the globe. And this is just because of the accessibility and connectivity available thanks to all the internet providers, 5G providers that we are reaching everywhere. And the main thing which is coming up is that earlier the girls were not able to go to the best facility. from the remote area, from the villages. Now it is possible. The women are not giving up the education. They have a desire to continue the education because of this EdTech. So EdTech is a big, I think there's a big boom coming up, and by 2025, it is going to be around $400 billion industry in the world.
And one word that comes to your mind when you think about the edutech sector going forward?
Pardon?
One word that comes to your mind when you think about the edutech sector and the growth potential it has?
It is going to be a tremendous growth, I can say, and the government is helping out in every way, every digital industry. So I think it is going to be having a tremendous boom in the year to come, and with the government working out every day, giving the push to the technology, giving the digital era is coming up, and with the help of the AI and the different tools. Earlier the education EdTech was limited to only the classroom. Now it is going to the different devices, the use of mobile users. You can understand every home might be having at least 3 to 4 mobile. So right. Mobile device, each individual. So it is EdTech is very much coming up, and so I will say it is going to have a tremendous boom in the year to come. Thank you.
Venkatesh, coming to you. So what more needs to be done as far as the tech sector is concerned, and one word that comes to your mind?
I would say empower and democratize. Even somebody of my age in rural India should be able to use EdTech to educate himself or herself, number one. Number two, also with AI, translation is just a detail. What we are doing in this country with Bhashini, for example, brilliant objective. Today, if we look at skill development, there is a worldwide, not just in India, by the way, there is a big need for soft skill development. More and more companies are investing in it. In India, 18% of people, they say, are unemployable because of lack of soft skill amongst mid-sized companies in India. So a question all of us need to think about is, why is soft skill development in India only done in English, when less than 10% of the population in India knows English? More than 50% of our population use the internet in regional languages. So we need to do a lot more to democratize, to make things accessible, affordable, and powerful. And like one of my gurus in marketing said, that we need to make AI our slave rather than the other way around.
Right. And one word that comes to your mind?
Sorry?
One word that comes to your mind?
Empower.
Empower. Mr. Khara, one word that comes to your mind when it comes to edutech sector's growth potential going forward?
Yes, it has exponentially, the EdTech companies, the market will grow. In terms of all the smart hardwares, still it is required to manage the smart educations and devices along with the embedded software. And as you know that still less than 50% of the educational institutes, they have the good the digital infrastructures. So over the time, the way we are forwarding, and then the EdTech is to be adopted in full-fledged, managing the educations as well as the knowledge and laboratory, smart equipments, virtualizations, and then interaction with the online educations, then evaluations. And of course, still low-cost some solutions will be there, multi-language, the delivery, but Bhashini and similar kind of softwares. And I'm sure that with the roll-off of the 5G, and next by 2030 with the induction of the 6G, where AI will be embedded, and then EdTech will grow, and it will have ever-growing markets.
Thank
Absolutely.
you. Yeah, so just because of paucity of time, we will have to conclude. We require a whole day to discuss.
Just wanted to add one thing. So many EdTech companies are coming, different everyday softwares and apps are launching. There has to be a government regulations in pipeline. Otherwise, there will be a big problem because lots of scams and frauds are coming up. So we have to be aware about this. This wanted to aid. So government regulation has to be there. There should be there should be a balance between the oversight and the innovations.
Right, absolutely right.
Yeah, thank you.
So we are ending on a right road. Empower and democratize is a mantra going forward for edutech sector. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us and speaking to Republic Business at Republic Business Emerging Tech Awards. Thank you so much.